we've made some updates here based on our conversation last week. So for example, if we go to Talent Tracker Evaluations, Search Evaluations, let's just see if we have one set up now. Okay, so these are the ones we've already looked at. And we can just take a look then at the templates. So basically what we've set up is a new template which can still be changed, and this is where we are logged in as WMSC Fitness, and the password you all know. If we look at editing the template, we'll see what is a part of it right now. And so we have called it basically Fitness Testing 2013, and the tests that are a part of it are the beep test, the vertical jump, the 5 jumps, left leg, right leg, both legs, the agility test. We have 3 different box jumps, so first 30 seconds, second 30 seconds, third 30 seconds, 300-yard shuttle run, the FMS screen, and the plank test, and the reaction baselines. We've got all of those forms set up, and they're included in evaluation. And so basically what you would be doing this weekend as it approaches, you would go in and you would go to Talent Tracker Evaluation, Search Evaluation Templates, just as we did, and you would simply go to this one and click Start Evaluation. Presumably those forms are the way you want them, and the tests are set up as you would like. As we click the play button, we're starting one. We can come up with a name, and we would just call it Whistler Mountain Ski Club Fitness Test X date. And it's okay to have one for the 7th and do a separate one for the 8th, or you can lump them all together. The choice is yours. I think, giving this some thought, our recommendation would be to set up an evaluation per age group, and perhaps even one per gender per age group. So for example, you might do one Whistler Mountain Ski Club U16, let's call it Fitness Testing U16 males, September 7th, 2013. And then we can change the date to whatever the 7th is, and we can set it up so the athletes can view, should you choose. And then we have our tests, which are fine, and we can come up with some comments. Tests undertaken AM at XYZ facility, as an example. And then we have a number of your athletes already added. We're still adding some more, but then you would presumably, if we're doing just the U16s, you would look at your 98s and 99s, and you would just pick those, and by just using the control button, we can do some of these up. So for example, I won't do any more, but we'll just click that, and we'll get our 98s and 99s over here, and so then we are basically ready to start populating it. And we have 1 tab per athlete, and we can add their height and weight, any notes for that athlete, and then we can go through the tests and score them. That would be our recommended approach, basically, is to take that evaluation template, start an evaluation, give it a name, and we can tie it to just a particular group. I think that makes some sense, and then we'll have to select those athletes, and then we would score it. And then the option is, am I scoring it all the tests for an athlete, or just one test across athletes? So we're going to take these, for example, 6 athletes and run them through just a beep test and enter their scores, or we're going to take 1 athlete and walk through all the tests and so on. So that becomes a decision you'll need to make. And then also, our recommendation would be to take a copy of the test, which I think you can do here by just a print, and then you have an option to print the blank form, which we would take here. We would just take the blank evaluation and click print, and then you can print it basically so in case you want to just get a paper copy to score it. And so our recommendation would be to consider scoring it paper-wise, just as a backup, just so you have it, and then you're making a separate decision. Are we going to have people sitting down there with the laptops going through and testing things? And if we are, how many people are going to be logged in as our coach, how many will be logged in as our coach scoring people. So that's something that we want to test with. I mean, we're comfortable that you can have more than one person logging in. They could be arguably looking at the same thing. If they are doing things and clicking save, there is a risk that you're in two different places trying to save something and the system can get confused, or it may take a little longer to process. So that's something that we want some feedback from you on, and some caution that we would offer to make sure that you have a backup paper copy to make sure you've got the information collected. The other key thing is as you are entering something for a given athlete, we can, pardon me, if we just pick a test here, we can go we can pick an athlete.